What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play RollerCoaster Tycoon. As you can see right now, I'm taking out the absolute maximum loan I possibly can, which I believe I said was 25,000 in an earlier episode. Clearly, that's not the case. It's 40,000. That is the highest you can take your loan out. I cannot borrow any more money than that. The bank absolutely refuses. But that gives us almost 30 grand to our name because I plan on doing something kind of crazy this episode. At least I think it's kind of crazy. I don't know how crazy it actually will be, but let us get started. I wanted to build a wooden coaster, but I want this thing to... what are the words I'm looking for? It's gonna take up a lot of space. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Like, this episode's gonna be this ride and nothing but this ride, and I am very excited for it. You shall see as we get going. I haven't done, per my usual, any planning. But I just kind of took a look around my park, and I think this could work. So we're going to make it work. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Underground, it gets rid of the station, which is realistic. That couldn't fit in that tile right there. So, okay. Where are we at right here? We're going to come out of the ground right here. I don't want this to be underground for much, if any, of this ride. Okay. All right, let's get this underground view off, and I will be expanding my park, probably to include this portion right here. We'll get a better look at it when we actually do it, but I cannot dilly-dally any longer. I need to get building on this thing, because, like I said, it's gonna take up some space, a lot of it. And it might be an eyesore. I don't really know yet, but we'll find out, won't we? Can that go through the loop? Oh, it totally can, and I did it on my first try too. That's so cool. I want it to be a little higher up. I think that would be a little bit more accurate. So we started at 24. That should be good. Okay, so yeah, like I mentioned, this is going to be a doozy of a ride. And I don't mean it's just going to be crazy intense or anything like that. I just mean it's basically going to put our monorail to shame. At least that's the goal. We'll go up a little bit higher right here. So we started from 17 there. Go up to fit. Man, these trees are tall. Okay, so yeah. This is going to be a long, very long, very, very, very long ride. And I don't know if it's going to be any good, so this might take a couple iterations of attempting to build this, but that's okay. Everything good in this world takes multiple attempts to create. No one ever gets it right on the first try. At least I don't think so. I'm going to do a little up and down here. And this could be a horrible ride. There is always that possibility whenever I build something. What is in our way? Here? Here? There we go. But I'm going to try to not let that be the case. Even if it's like ultra extreme, horribly nauseating, no one wants to ride it because it's awful, I'm probably going to keep it because we took out 40 grand, or we had, what? No, we had 30 grand. I guess we didn't have, or no, we had already had some debt, so. This looks like it'll line up just one inside of the monorail here, which is good, except I'm not going to be able to clear it. That's okay. Oh, that looks weird. We'll actually drop this a little bit. No, we need to keep that that gentle curve. Oh, we'll just change my thought process or my plan. But yeah, this is the last episode on this part. It's been fun. I hope you guys think so, at least. I've had a good time on this park. This has been a lot of fun. I think I've said I've had multiple favorite parks, but this game definitely warrants having multiple favorites. There's just so many good parks in this game. Oh man, that requires a lot of clearance. Did we finally? There we go. And now that it's raining and we're in the forest, I even more so can't see what I'm doing. Is it a tree? What tree is in my way? This one? There we go. I'm kind of at a loss for where I want to bring this next. Just kidding. My loss is no longer a loss. It is a gain. If that makes any sense, which I don't believe it does. I can't do that, right? No. We're going to have to do this, and then... Can I clear this? I can. Awesome. And yeah, I'm fully anticipating this not to be a good ride. Just because of how intense and long and just insane this thing is. It's going to be hard to get this to be successful, I think. Just doing what I'm doing here. But, ooh, what if we do... This could be cool. I'm getting ideas as I go, which I think is the best way to build. We got the water splash. Oh, and then the land's going to be in our way, so we'll have to adjust that as well. That'll be a little expensive, but that's okay. We do have a 40 grand loan. That's not something we will always be able to do, by the way. It is nice having that luxury on this park. We have the time. I was about to say we have the money, but we obviously don't have the money. That's why we had to take out a loan. But yeah, where are we at here in our park? So this is going... Okay, we're maybe halfway there? Maybe not? This is possibly the most ambitious ride I think I've ever done. We're actually going to take it back up a chain lift here. There's no way this can be sustained on just... We're actually going to delete these. At least every other there. Possibly the longest ride I've ever built. There's a very good chance that's the case. No, that's not going to work. So we went from 19, go to 17. This is just insanely long and fun, and I love it. So that we came from 19, we're at 17. We should have the speed to make it up this. It's not going to be going very fast, which is why I'm not banking the turns here. I think that'll be just fine the way it is. And we just got bumper cars. All right, so we're at 12. We'll drop it to 2 if we can, then go up 2. I'm trying to... Oh, I didn't line that up very well. That's fine. We'll make this We'll do one of those instead. Again, we'll drop it to 10. Not 9. 10. And then back up to 12. Just so we can clear that. Oh, this looks so cool. I'm already getting excited about this. And we're nowhere near done. No. I don't want to demolish any trees on this portion. Will that allow us clearance? Will 11 allow us clearance? It will. Awesome. And then back up through the trees here. Oh, and again, does this work out? If I can go one more. Does this work out perfectly level? No, not quite. That's okay. So I'm just trying to make sure so we went from 19 to 17. I want to make sure we have enough speed for all this. Down to 12, so we're going pretty fast here. 17 to 12 to 11. So we'll have the ability to go up this hill. No problem. When did I go down? I don't remember doing that. Oh yeah, I wanted to be on ground level. That's why. Actually, can I go straight? No, I need to go up right here. There we go. Okay, I'm trying to think of any stories I might be able to tell right now. Just to, as fun as talking about every piece I build is, I'm trying to think of some stuff you guys might enjoy hearing. Let me think. Oh, so this happened 2, 3, 4 weeks back. But at work, so at my job, we have this, we call it the promenade. It's a very nice looking, basically, it almost looks like a driveway. A very long driveway on the back of our building that is very well decorated. There's lots of trees, lots of... Hold on, I'm getting turned around. Okay. There we go. Lots of trees, lots of decoration, lots of landscaping. It's a very, very pretty area. And there's a drive. You can access this area from a kind of sort of main road. And we had someone who was driving down that main road. And this happens all the time. We have people there all the time. However, most people, when they get to the end, they turn around because it clearly ends. There's nowhere else to go. It's a kind of a one-way drive. So you drive in off the main road, and then that's that. However, at the very opposite end, or at the very end, there is a staircase that leads down, and then it goes across a bridge. And this bridge spans it's a little man-made river. But it's very pretty. It's a very nice looking area. We came from 20. That might not be making that over. But only one way to find out. So yeah. Man-made bridge goes over a man-made little river. And then... Actually, no. We're not going to go underground here. So the stairs go down. It's a fairly short flight of stairs, but it's still a flight of stairs nonetheless. And that's not going to work. Is that what we just did? We'll do that instead. So yeah, it's a fairly short flight of stairs. But okay, so let me actually get to the decent part of the story. Enough backstory. So anyway, there was a car one day. We had an event in one of our rooms, which has windows looking out onto this area. And there was a car that pulled down, and then when they got to this portion where the stairs are, and it clearly is the end, they kept going. They pulled down the stairs, and they went down the stairs in their car. Stairs, for those of you, or cars, for those of you that don't know, are not designed to go downstairs. And I'm talking about a car, not a truck, not a Jeep, like a car. Like your standard, if a standard car is a thing, it was just a sedan, a 4-door, dinky little car. And this car went down the stairs, not with very much luck. We don't believe it made it out with no damage, because when we went and looked at it, we saw this from inside the building. After the fact, we got a phone call from someone who had witnessed this. And we got actually 2 phone calls. One from just a random passerby. Where is this station? Where are we going? Okay, right there. We're almost there, guys. One from a random passerby, and then another from actually our maintenance crew, who was doing landscaping that day. And this is just, I'm going to just do a bunch of this here. And so we got 2 phone calls, and we went outside and we looked at it, and oh my goodness, part of their car was left on the stairs. They had completely demolished the stairs. Like their muffler had taken out a chunk of the concrete. It was no bueno. And so we wanted to see what exactly happened. Like, what was this person doing? Why did this happen? And so we end up taking a look at our security cameras. And we go back through the footage, and it took us a little while to find. I was sitting at the desk, or I took over. My supervisor was looking at the footage originally, and we were trying to find a license plate. And so I ended up kind of taking over, looking through the footage, and then a couple minutes go by, and I look behind me, and there's like half of our office is just standing there watching, hoping to see whatever the heck happened. It was hilarious. And we ended up finding the license plate. We ended up getting all this info on him, but this person literally drove down the stairs, and we watched the footage back, and they like lost their muffler. I think I already mentioned that, but their car started like smoking. You could just see all the smoke coming off their car when they got done, and oh man, there's no way that was good for their car. I think I just modified that land, right? There we go. So yeah, I will never cease to be amazed by people's lack of, I'd say common sense, but yeah, I guess common sense. I will never cease to be amazed by people's lack of common sense. Did I not connect that? Is that too low? I think it is. It's most definitely too low. Oh, and that's perfect. It allows us to put brakes. Perfect. But yeah, they ended up finding the owner of the car, and oh man, they got reamed. They had to pay for it, and the damage. If you take out a chunk of a concrete staircase, I keep saying staircase. It's a set of steps outside. We're going to open this up real quick, and I'm going to demolish this here and connect this right here. Okay. But yeah, if you take out just a chunk of the stairs, there's no way to replace the chunk that got damaged. You have to redo the entirety of the steps. So it's not a cheap endeavor to fix. So someone screwed up, and they screwed up very expensively. It was a very expensive mistake to make. I'm surprised we still have money left after building this thing. I'm going ahead and assigning handyman right now. What? Oh, I think what I did... Okay, so that's a learning lesson for us. Sorry to derail our train of thought here. But this guy... What the heck? Okay, I don't know where he's going, but I guess the mistake can only be fixed from certain stations. I only hired a mechanic for this station, thinking it would cover all three. It didn't. So I'm going to hire just a couple more mechanics. It's the end of our game here. Okay, there's that. We need to give this thing a test run. I don't know how well this is going to do, but let's give it a test real quick. This is our sort of grand finale here as we end year 4. Let us see how well... Actually, no, let's paint this thing first. We got to make it a pretty last run. What would be good? That's kind of neat. That's actually kind of cool looking. And if we do like gray supports... Oh my gosh, that is awful looking. I actually kind of like that. We're going to do that. That looks really cool. At least I think so. That's neat. Okay, and then we'll do all in same colors. We don't have enough time to really go crazy here. Green? No, we'll do that. that with white. Sure. Okay. Ponderosa. The only reason I'm naming it that is when I was in middle school, I ran cross country, and we would do a thing called a Ponderosa, which is running a lap around the perimeter of the property of our school. And so, Ponderosa. Let's give this thing a test. Wow, I am actually kind of impressed with how that turned out. There was a part there in the very beginning where it was going a little bit too crazy. But besides that, the rest of the ride worked out really, really well. I am excited to see how this does. We're gonna check this as always, make sure we have 3 trains, which we do. This is gonna be probably pretty extreme, and I attribute it entirely to this section right here. It goes really fast there. I could easily fix it putting in some brakes right there. Not slowing it down too much, but enough so that I can still make it over this hump and get to this chain lift here. I love it. I love it. Okay, Ponderosa, make me some money. I can't even find it. There we go. Oh man, that was a fun ride to build. I hope to do more stuff like that in the future, just these massive projects. But we took out 40 grand. We had 30 grand to build it. I think we spent 22 building it. But oh my goodness, guys, that is pretty much it for our park. We are almost at the end here. We have a few days left. We opened our park. We used almost all of it. There's this section right here. All of this chunk, and then this path that leads through the forest back here. This kind of elevated bit. But other than that, we used almost our entire park, guys. That is impressive. I've played this park, what did I say, 3-4 times? Never have I made something that big and take up that much space and be that successful, actually. That's a pretty good ride. I would totally go on something like that. Oh man, just watching this, it's cool. I think we're learning, guys. We're learning how to build rides better. I try not to do much of this. That's a little fast. That's probably where a lot of that intensity comes from. But it's just a lot of up and down. Oh my goodness, what happened here? Guys, we did it. We did it. We had, what, almost 1,600 guests in our park. We only needed 1,000. But at the end of October, year 4, park rating of 600. Park rating 999. Look at that, guys. We could not have done any better. That flatlined at a maximum. Our guests are as happy as they possibly could be. That is incredible. Company value, $4,000. I think that's because we are in so much debt right now. But that's okay. That wasn't part of the goal. So we can be in debt on this park. Other parks, that's not the case. But look at all these balloons. I don't know if I've ever shown you guys kind of the edge of the map here, but there's so many. And actually, I'm glad that we made that mistake of our balloon color. That looks kind of cool. But yeah, guys, this is quite a park. It's massive. I definitely do a little bit better with smaller parks. Like I said, it was a challenge for me to make my park as big as I did. I could have easily condensed this all into probably half the space. But I think it came out better for having done this. So it maintained a lot of the scenery. I didn't delete too much of it. But man, this is a good looking park. I know, like, I wasn't so great with my handyman. I didn't even finish putting handyman on this portion here. I didn't assign a mechanic to this. I kept forgetting to do that kind of stuff a decent amount. And that's purely because of how massive this park is. I mean, there's not much I could do. At least while recording. I'm still slowly but surely, hopefully you guys can see it too, but I'm slowly but surely getting better at this, I think. I'm trying to be less forgetful of what I'm doing and remember to finish my trains of thought. I know I still don't do that, but I'm trying. But yeah, guys, this is Evergreen Gardens. It's done. I'm just following this to hear the screams of our hard work. Hear the screams of our hard work. Hear the screams that are a result of our hard work. Yeah, and let me know if you guys are enjoying the sort of demoing the coasters with music to them. I think it's kind of a unique thing. I've watched a couple other RollerCoaster Tycoon Let's Plays before creating this one, just to see what was being done, and I didn't see anyone doing that, and I thought it was kind of cool. It's a nice touch, and I get to show off the music of my good buddy over at Part 2 Productions, so it's a win-win if you ask me. Alright guys, that is going to do it for Evergreen Gardens. This park came out so nice, and I'm going to stop bragging on this park because I love how it turned out. And we are going to go ahead and head over to whatever happens to be next. So, I don't even know what's after this, but we shall find out. Okay, so, start a new game. We now have 5 out of 21, guys. We are just shy of a quarter of the way there with the original RollerCoaster Tycoon. Okay, so the next one is Bumbley Beach. Develop Bumbley Beach's small amusement park into a thriving theme park. Our objective is to have at least 750 guests in our park at the end of October year 2 with a park rating of at least 600. So this is the highest guest count we've had in, well, minus the one we just did, in the shortest amount of time. So we only have 2 years to get 750 guests. And yes, there already is an existing ride, and if I remember correctly, it's a pretty good ride. Yeah, it's definitely a good ride. Roller Coaster 1. But it needs some work. Like I said, we only have 100 guests, and we have to get 650 more. So, this is a unique park in the fact that it's fairly... It's not small. It's long and narrow. And it's flat. Very, very flat. Compare this to Evergreen Gardens, and oh my goodness, there's at maximum, a 2-tile elevation change. That is 2 tiles lower than the highest bit, which is all this area. So, not super mountainous, but this is Bumbley Beach. It's named so for good reason. You've got our beachfront right here, and the park is just right off that. And this is kind of cool. There's actually like neighborhoods, which I don't believe you can build. At least I've never seen the option to build those, but they're there. And I think it adds some atmosphere. So this is what we have to work with next time. We've got a Ferris wheel and everything. We're going to go through and name all this stuff. Ferris wheel 1 and merry-go-round. Nope, gallopers. But yeah, this is our playground for the next 4 episodes. So I hope you guys are excited. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode.